Welcome back to Supernatural Japan, the podcast where we explore the dark side of Japanese history, folklore, and urban legend. I'm Kevin O'Shea. Japan is a country known for its bullet trains, expressways, and a culture obsessed with speed and efficiency. But tonight's story asks a disturbing question. What if something could still catch you? No matter how fast you drive, no matter how modern your car, and no matter how far from civilization you think you are. Tonight's story is about a creature born not in temples or forests, but on highways, in tunnels, and the lonely place between cities. This is the legend of Turbo Granny. Turbo Granny, known in Japanese as Taabo Bachan, is one of Japan's most terrifying modern urban legends. She is usually described as an elderly woman, wild white hair, sunken eyes, a twisted smile, and she wears either a traditional kimono or sometimes a hospital gown, as if she has escaped from somewhere she should not be. And most disturbingly, she can run faster than a car. Witnesses claim she can reach speeds of over 100 kilometers an hour, keeping pace with vehicles on mountain roads and highways. And unlike most ghosts, Turbo Granny does not float. She does not vanish. She does not drift. She runs. The most famous version of the legend goes like this. A driver is traveling late at night on a rural road. There are no streetlights, no houses, just forest and darkness. In the rearview mirror, they notice something strange. An old woman running? At first they laugh it off. It must just be their imagination. But the woman is getting closer. They accelerate 60 kilometers an hour. 80 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour. She is still there. Her feet blur against the pavement. Her hair streams behind her like smoke. Then suddenly, she's no longer behind the car. She is in the passenger seat, and she turns and smiles and said, "Did you think you could escape, dear?" The car is later found abandoned or wrecked, and the driver is never seen again. Like most Japanese urban legends, there are many versions. In one, Turbo Granny slaps the side of the car as she runs, leaving handprints burned into the metal. In another, she chases motorcycles through the mountain passes. In a darker version, she targets young men, drains their life force, and leaves them aged overnight. Some claim she can only be seen on specific roads, especially old mountain tunnels, accident-prone highways, and rural roads near abandoned villages. In every version, one rule remains the same. You cannot outrun her. Where did Turbo Granny come from? Unlike traditional yokai, Turbo Granny is not ancient, and some people do consider her a modern yokai. She first appeared in the 1990s and early 2000s, spreading through the Japanese internet forums like Nichan, schoolyard horror stories, late-night radio shows, and creepypasta websites. She belongs to a category sometimes called high-speed ghosts, spirits associated with cars, roads, and modern transportation. Some say that her origins were in the Roko Mountain Range in Hyogo Prefecture, around my old stomping grounds of Kobe. And this makes her very different from older spirits that haunt shrines, castles, or graveyards. Turbo Granny haunts infrastructure. She is a ghost of asphalt and headlights. Like many urban legends, Turbo Granny likely evolved from real fears. Roadside ghost stories. Japan has a long tradition of roadside yurei, spirits of people who died in accidents, often appearing on mountain passes or near bridges. Drivers report women asking for rides, figures standing in tunnels, and faces in their mirrors. Turbo Granny feels like a modern remix of these older tales. There's the fear of rural isolation. Many sightings happen in places with aging populations, abandoned villages, and long, empty highways. In parts of rural Japan, elderly women are often the only residents left. At night, seeing an old woman alone on a dark road is already unsettling. Your brain fills in the rest. And then there's psychological factors. Late night driving, of course, we know causes fatigue, sometimes hallucinations, peripheral vision errors, and mirror distortions. Your mind is already in a liminal state. It's half awake, half dreaming, and these are the perfect conditions for a legend to feel real. Why is Turbo Granny so terrifying? Well, most monsters can be escaped. You run from them, you hide, you wake up. Turbo Granny breaks a fundamental rule of modern life. Speed equals safety. She represents the fear that technology won't save you. You can't outrun death, and progress won't protect you. She is aging, decay and mortality, sprinting after youth, and a country facing one of the world's fastest aging populations. That symbolism hits especially hard. Turbo Granny has become a full-blown pop cultural icon. She appears in horror manga, Japanese YouTube channels, urban legend books, and most famously the anime Dandadan, which turned her into a grotesque speed demon. She is now part of Japan's modern folklore, alongside legends like Kuchisake Onna, Teke Teke, the Slit-Mouth Woman, and the Red Room Curse. And we've already done episodes on 3 of those urban legends. These are not ancient gods, not shrine spirits, but monsters born of the internet age. Turbo Granny is the perfect ghost for the modern world. She doesn't haunt ruins. She haunts highways. She doesn't drift through fog. She runs beside your car. And she reminds us of a simple, terrifying truth. No matter how fast you go, and no matter how advanced your machine, some things will always catch you. Thanks for listening to Supernatural Japan. If you enjoyed this episode about the Turbo Granny, the urban legend that catches you no matter how fast you drive, please subscribe to this podcast and leave a review, and share the show with friends who love Japanese mysteries, folklore, and urban legends. Also, a big hello to all of the new listeners who've joined us recently. Thanks so much for following the podcast. Now, many of you have found me through Jim Harold's Paranormal Podcast, and I want to welcome you all. Now, to see some artist renditions of Turbo Granny and photos of some of those lonely Japanese highways she said to haunt, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Supernatural Japan and our awesome Facebook group as well. The links to both are in the show notes. Shoot me an email anytime you want at supernaturaljapan@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from all of you. If you've got some stories, tales of travel to Japan, or you just want to say hi, give me a shout. And I just want to end the show with a huge thank you to all of you listening. Without you, there'd be no point in making Supernatural Japan. I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, you can help Supernatural Japan grow even bigger and better by telling those you know all about the podcast. And that's it, folks. The next time you're driving alone at night, don't look in the mirror for too long.